Hello, my name is Raymond Karczewski, and I'm a living Christ. I should like to share with you an experience that I had today on the internet. I listened to a video YouTube tape by Arthur and Fiona Cristian, a couple living in Australia, who have a distinct and different view of civilized life than damn near all of you. You see, their view of life is based in first-hand resonance with truth. They have discarded all of the superfluous bindings of satanic conditioning and are now living the life of Christ's. Now, they don't use the word Christ as I do, but it is the same thing. They are a man and woman of truth. They speak truth. They live truth. They are truth. That's what makes a Christ. Now, my use of that word Christ becomes a barrier to most of you Christians who are watching this video and have watched my offerings for years now. I've been on the internet for 20 years and have been expressing the simple truth, for that is all that a Christ can do. He is not a performer. He is not a panderer. He is not a flatterer. He only speaks what is. The unabated, the holistic resonance of complete truth. That comes from the subconscious mind of man. And we all have it. That is the Christ state of consciousness. But we have been diverted from that level of understanding, that level of consciousness, by virtue of being conditioned to live in the satanically ruled intellect, the superficial consciousness of mankind based in dualism, opposition, violence, power, wealth, poverty. And we have been conditioned to believe in those things at a very early age, and we go along with it. We are corrupted at that point. We lose our ability to operate at the subconscious level of mind, the level of heaven and earth, where there is no duality. There is just what is, and one is the representation of that when dealing with people who live in the intellect, which requires images to communicate and to resolve technical problems via the memory-based ideas and concepts that we have been conditioned to believe in. That's what separates us, man from man, woman from woman, brother from brother. And we live that life thinking that that is right, that is what life is, and it is not. Most of you don't even understand what life is all about. Now, I mentioned Arthur and Fiona for a reason. For although they have considerably offered an immense amount of information on the internet regarding their truth, which is my truth. It is the truth of all Christs, you see. There can be nothing but truth. There is no other truth. If there is, it's an idea of truth, and you have stepped into hell. So, today I watched part one of a 3-part series of Dancing with Magic, and I found it to be a revelatory offering to all. Now, in the past, I've had my moments with Arthur and Fiona over the method of disseminating information. I prefer to keep my messages very short as possible. There are times when I am called to go into some detail, but I try not to. You see, the truth is it's fascinating, it's powerful. Once you feel the energy of non-dualistic truth, you are touched by it, and all your illusions will rise up in rebellion. They will fight to dispel what they consider to be a lie, when in fact they live in the bass-backward world of lies. All they know are lies. For you see, lies are contradictions in essence. They are reflections of that which is. Only that which is truth. All else is a lie, a satanic lie. As you well know by my experiences with you, I do not gratuitously endorse anybody or anything that is found on the internet, for damn near all of it are lies. And when you devolve into that level of stepping through the reflections of life and being part of that reflection, part of that fantasy, then you are living in hell. Hell is the dualistic, the opposing realm of conflict, of ideas, of concepts, of graven images that people who have fallen from grace are conditioned to worship. These are the people of authority. Authority is an illusion. Authority has no real power, but the power that you give to it through your own consent. As I say, Arthur and Fiona are vastly different in their manner of speaking than I. But I endorse them because I can see the truth. The truth cannot be hidden. You see, when you believe in words, that belief is what hides the truth from you. But truth is very easily discernible. Either it is or it isn't. If you're in that state of mind of questioning whether it is or isn't, you're already in hell. You're already in the state of intellectual discernment. And it leads to a world of illusions, a world of thoughts, of gods, petty gods that you give your life to. That is the authority that you give consent to rule over you. You see, you not only fall from grace, you become a slave of the living dead. Now that may sound harsh to you, But that statement is absolutely true. You're all dead because you live in your intellect. You live in your past conditioned images that you believe to be true. That is a counterfeit state that we choose to live. That is the realm of civilized consciousness. And Arthur and Fiona and myself, although I call myself a Christ, they do not. They consider that word to be part of the illusions that trap most people. And to the degree that you have of understanding, you will see that that statement contains truth. So although Arthur and Fiona and myself comport ourselves quite differently, express ourselves differently, to the spiritually discernible, they are able to grasp the truth spoken, even though such peripheral conditions exist, which one can get lost in. You see, that for most people, for most of you, is life itself. You are lost. But what are you lost in? You are lost in your own contradictory thoughts and don't know what to make of them because there is so much confusion going on in your lives. You've lost the ability to penetrate to the truth, to the subconscious mind, and see and be the what is, the Christ consciousness. That is your true state of being. But you have given it up. Yes, you have given it up. You have consented to your corruption. And you become a civilized man, a religiously or politically motivated robot, easily conditionable and kept in bondage through constant reinforcement, through reward and punishment. That is the nature of civilized life, this civilized world. This world is hell, you see, because it exists in contradiction. It's all a lie. And when you live that lie, you are forever in rebellion to your own conditioned ideas that cannot be seen clearly because you must make a judgment, take a side, and then you must oppose that which seems to oppose you. So where your intent is to love, what you have in fact done is to condemn yourselves to the hell of contradiction of the human intellect. Now, I mentioned Arthur and Fiona for a purpose. As I've said earlier, we have a considerably different way of expressing ourselves. But you see, Arthur and Fiona recognize the Christ in me, the truth in me, and I recognize the truth in them. The rest of you are figuring it out in your own way as to whether you believe them or me or not. That is all that you can do. You are programmed to do that. You have no choice but to do that. That is your life, and you want relief. And how do you go about getting relief? You look for someone to tell you what to do. Well, it will not be me. And as the the YouTube video by Arthur and Fiona, they will not tell you what to do either. They are really just two simple people, a man and woman of truth. And they can point out the truth, but you see, it is yours to accept or reject. That's as simple as it is. No one can give you the truth. You must realize that you're living a lie, and you must take the risk of stopping that lie. Why can't you do it? You've spent many lifetimes, not just this lifetime. This is just a speck in eternity. For truth is eternal, and we are truth. So there is no time, there is no beginning, there is no end. That's all part of the illusion that you are conditioned to respect, to worship, and to serve. That is the creed of the satanic damned. Pull yourself out of it, for it's all a lie. Find out why it is that my articles and my YouTubes are being so controlled. The numbers, the views, censored, the articles banned. You see, those who control your mind are fully aware of the truth of this Christ, and of Arthur and Fiona also. For there is a uniqueness about them and myself that cannot be replicated by the phonies, the gurus, the panderers, the entertainers, the politicians, the money people. You see, that is the life that you cling to because that's all you know. You don't know how to break the spell, even though I have told you how to break the spell. Do not lie. Do not tell another lie in your life and watch how quickly your life changes. You see, you will destroy the illusion of civilized man just by virtue of turning on the light of truth that exposes it for what it really is, a deception, a satanic deception. I hope that you get what what I'm saying to you, that you understand what I'm saying to you. For your life depends on it, you see. And there will come a time when you have to make that leap. You call it faith, but calling the let go of all the illusions that bind you and see what there is. For when you see that, you're in a different dimension. You've stepped out of the intellect, the conscious mind, and you've stepped into the subconscious mind that encapsulates all the dimensions of intelligence. That is the realm of God, you see. In that sense, when we are in the subconscious mind and we are truth expressing ourselves and in life, we are the God of creation. We create our lives and we affect the lives of others who we come in contact with. Arthur and Fiona know this. I know it. No question about that. But it cannot be transmitted to you. It is only when you are open to see, to accept, and to act according to what you see, without prior judgment that has been conditioned into you. Only then will your life change from hell on earth to heaven on earth. Thank you for your time.